What up, y'all? Josh and Isi here once again with another quality video. Yes.
We got that down.
Yeah, I be trying to time it up every time.
I see.
Be trying to time it up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is. Josh and Isi in the building with the vibes. We got the mics out today. Another quality conversation.
NRT. Why didn't you put it in the quality?
You know, I thought about the quality tea mugs, and I was like, dang, I should have, but it was too late. I had already poured the cup.
Dang.
I had already poured the cup.
Repping another logo. Shoot.
This is
a quality conversation.
This is like a Marvel mug. I'm a kid at heart. But anyways, we got the green tea. Gotta clear up that throat.
Thank you. Cheers. Oh, that was weak.
It's because it was because the little stringies hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good
I
though.
didn't get to try it yet. Give me one sec, y'all.
It's bussin'. It's definitely bussin'.
Ooh.
I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but you know, beep, beep. You know what I'm saying? Beep, beep. It has been a week.
Since our last one? Or did we do one this week?
No, we did one this week.
Oh, you're saying in general.
It has been a week.
100%.
Actually, no, we haven't done a quality conversation this week.
I think so. Earlier.
We dropped it, but we didn't talk. Like, we did it, I think, last weekend and dropped it Monday.
This week. But now we're currently still in this week.
But
we're finishing off. Today, we filmed this today. Y'all are seeing this today? We filmed this today.
We filmed this today.
Yeah.
So this is like the
we don't
spontaneous.
always do that.
Yeah, we don't always do that. Sometimes we hold back content, hit y'all when it's right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it has been a week. Last week we talked about showing up this week as
our higher selves.
Our higher selves.
Right.
How did that turn out for you?
Dang, you gonna dang.
Okay, my bad. Did I hit you between the eyes?
Because I feel like you did a little bit better than me, but I know that I did better than I did in the past. But yours is a little bit longer than mine, so I will let you go second.
It is.
For me, I feel like there were certain aspects of this week where I showed up as my higher self.
In
certain
what ways?
Aspects. So focused on, and I don't know if I told you guys. I don't know if we shared this on here. I'm remodeling my beauty room. So
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I've been on this just like deep dive self-discovery journey for myself, especially since I turned 27. This is something that in different words, Josh Bay has been trying to get me on for a while now, but something about that 27 number just made me feel like, all right, I can no longer let other people think for me. I can no longer let other people tell me what to do or try. I can no longer live my life.
And let's be clear. No one's telling her what to do or nothing like that. It's just a matter of like.
If they watch the vent session on my channel, they would know what I mean by that. Okay. I don't mean like, But in some respect, if somebody's telling me to put something on my story, that is telling me what to do.
Oof.
And I'm done with that.
Oof.
So like just a whole bunch of self-reflection has been going on. I feel like this week in the beginning, I will say I did a lot better with not doing the scrolling thing. That's still like a conscious effort that I'm trying to make. Woke up decently early. Your 5 a.m. club. I woke up like one time this week in the 5 a.m. club with Josh. But I am happy. I can say that I have improved just in general because EC 2-3 years ago, like sleeping in was waking up at between 10 to noon. It depended. Whereas now sleeping in for me, I can't sleep past like 7 a.m. anymore.
Can't.
Which I like though, because it feels like I have a full day. So like that type of stuff I did. But okay, so cons of this week that I did not do. I said I wanted to read. Although, I wanted to read. I'm not gonna make an excuse.
Just
living
live
at
at
my
it.
edge.
Just live
at the edge. I wanted to read this week my Successful Women Think Differently book. I want to read that book and other like just businesswoman, boss woman books during the week. Yeah. However, on Sunday, I'm going to, you can hold me to this because I'm saying it now.
Yeah, keep saying it.
I want to read the self-love help book thing that my girl Nia gave me. I did on the plane. I want to tap into self-love and like self-care on Sunday. So I still have tomorrow to do that. But this week I did not read. I didn't set aside time to read the way I said I wanted to last week. I didn't get into the gym every single day like I said I wanted to, but I did get in the gym twice and I did the run yesterday. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like there's certain pieces of me that I did show up as my higher self, but it wasn't completely like, that's her.
Okay. So
I saw a glimpse of her.
So now going back. So you said you were I like the reading part. Okay, so I like the thought of you need to start reading.
Yeah, because I told you what.
Fun fact.
What?
I've been deep diving. I went down this YouTube rabbit hole, just like kind of understanding the mentality of millionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can ask any millionaire and their millionaire friends. All of them read often.
Yeah.
Damn near daily.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't like, and I found myself reading, and it's not necessarily reading books, although I do read and dibble dabble in books, and I just bought 2 more books. I'll let you guys know when I get those books and start reading and deep diving. You're going to hear me drop some gems from them.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. But I now read because of trading.
Yeah.
I talk about trading all the time. Yes, people. Once I get better at it, I will start dropping some gems on that. And I might start going into that, but I'll talk about that later when I start reflecting on how my highest self week went. But I'm proud of you for saying you want to start reading, because reading is quintessential to success.
100%.
Most of the information that you want, that you're looking for, is going to be in a book that has been proven to be critiqued by other peers, or like they in the back of the book there's normally like a this
Cited
is where
source.
I got
Yeah,
my
cited
source,
sources,
like
yeah.
these are facts. Whereas like on the internet you could be getting misinformation versus information.
100%.
You don't really know what you're getting, you just have to deduct conclusions from all those things.
So I feel like with this week I didn't completely let lazy EC win or procrastination EC win. I would rank 1 to 10.
There we go.
Okay. I had a hard 7.
Okay.
I had a hard 7 because I feel like there's way more that I can do. But like in terms of the beauty room and stuff, I put a lot of energy into that. Like I started purchasing things for the room. Like that was something that was exciting me. Like just getting back inspired with my content and my brand. So
7 is fair.
I think 7 is fair. In doing that run yesterday, I ran from the only thing that I hate about the divvy bike rentals out here in Chicago, we tell you guys often that we like to go to the lakefront, like to our spot and chill over there. For those who saw my Instagram story today and were asking, because we went over there yesterday and I showed like what it kind of looked like around, and people were like, is this the area you were talking about that you fell off your bike? Because we recently did the truth and drink and told people that I fell off the bike when we went on that late night bike ride. Yes, to answer you guys' question, that is like the area.
Yeah.
It was dumb. We told you it was dumb. But anyway, I parked my divvy bike and locked it. But it was a real active Friday evening. Somebody took my divvy bike, basically. When you lock it, it's kind of up for grabs. Yeah. But I kind of just felt like, somebody rode this junk over here. Yeah. Like
you would think they would have the decency not to take it. But it's a come up when you get them electric ones.
Bro, it wasn't electric. So took it. And that spot compared to our house where we live, not our house, but where we live,
about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile.
I feel like it might have been a little bit more than that, babe, because think about it, we're not going by car, we're going through
by trails and stuff. So yeah, you probably ran somewhere. I want to say you ran like either 3/4 of a mile, close to that, or to a mile.
It had to be a mile. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'll check.
We'll double check.
I'll check my one wheel distance because I was one wheeling. I couldn't run. I couldn't run with her because I'm not.
He had the one wheel with him. I had the bike, but I ran. And the thing is, when I started jogging, it was with anticipation that when we made it to the next biking dock, I would be able to hop on a bike. All gone.
Hey, you know what's funny about that though?
What?
It's crazy how it's like that little rabbit in the back of your head. It's like, oh, all I gotta do is get to here.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's like no bikes.
That's what I thought.
So you got to keep going.
So, yes. So with that, when I saw that, I told Josh while I was jogging, I was like, you know what? Lazy, like EC is trying
to win right now.
No. Yeah, to win. Because I told myself once I make it to that spot, I was going to stop. I thought a bike was going to be there or whatever. And we were also trying to beat a storm. Yeah. And then when I saw it and I'm like, dang, it ain't here. It was kind of like my old athletic self.
Fight or flight?
Yeah, I felt the need to kick in. Like, I just felt kind of tried if I would have allowed myself to, because I didn't work out the day before and I didn't work out that day. And I was like, I can do this. Especially because I'm 27. I'm thinking, like, a lot of things started running through my head. Like, when we have kids, am I going to be able to pull off a run like that? Or do I need to be doing this now at this age to be able to be doing that when I'm like, I just think about, I've been around this man too much, honestly.
Yo, I was so hyped. Y'all.
I've been around you too long.
Yo, what really warmed my heart this week, after this run, right? She gets back and I just go, I'm setting up something for her. So like we
Oh
made
yeah,
a
I got
deal.
it in. Yeah. Tell him.
We made a deal.
Yeah.
So as she was running and the bike wasn't there, she was like, Lazy Easy wants to win. So I was like, let's make an incentive.
Right.
What are you gonna do? Or like,
I said, what is going to be my reward?
What's going to be your reward?
If I finish this full run back to the apartment?
And so as she's running, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll give you like a foot rub.
Yeah, he said that's a given.
That's
he
a
knows
given.
That's my love language.
That's your love language. I'll give you a foot rub. We'll watch a movie of
my
your choice.
Yeah.
Normally I'd be having the choices. So I'm like, all right, of your choice. And then I'll give you like a self-care wash.
But you didn't tell me that.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't. And I rolled out the red carpet.
Oh my God. But you were going to tell them what warmed your heart when we got back.
But what warmed my heart was, as I was setting all this stuff up when we got back, I was like, man, she actually she pushed herself. And normally it's hard for her to push herself.
Last year wouldn't even did that.
And like, what was crazy was, I was like, where'd she go? She got kind of quiet. I go to her room. She's doing ab exercises. I'm like, I've done it. I've done exactly what I need to do. She is self-sufficient now, and she has the hunger. That's all I needed to get inside of you. The hunger to want to be better physically. Because everything else, like the second you're hungry, I can give you all the stuff that you need to do. You're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
It's not me like trying to pull you along, like, come on.
And that's what you've dealt with for you. Since we graduated college, that's kind of the version of me he's dealt with, kind of like pulling teeth. You want to go to the gym today? And I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Always just excuse.
Excuse. But then when I went around that, I almost shed a tear, y'all. I was like, is she doing abs on her own? She's just doing it. She was just doing it. I was like, no way did I just come in here and find you like sneakily doing abs. It wasn't even like you were trying to do it in front of me.
No.
That's how I knew. I was like, yep, she's crossed over. Welcome to the health and fitness.
I was
side
doing
of life.
abs and stretching because I haven't run. When we go to the gym, it's usually lifting weights or a quick HIIT workout or whatever. I haven't run like that damn near since track. When they used to like kind of have us do cross country workouts almost every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. But it felt exhilarating a little bit. Like, okay, I still got it. Like,
yeah.
And I finished strong.
You finished so strong. So there's like this little
There's
hill. And she actually kicked it into high gear.
I did.
She was jogging, and then when she got to the hill, I was like, man, she's probably got like little to nothing left in the tank right now. She started sprinting. I was like, oh, this is a totally different. That's why I really rolled out the red carpet for you. Like, it's one thing to just get it done. It's one thing to do it with intention. Okay. You did it with intention. And I was like, that deserves an above the beyond reward.
You did give me that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it felt like for those who used to do athletics in particular, like track, right? 400. That last 100, it's literally heart.
Booty
left,
lock, boy.
For the most part.
That booty lock be real.
You'll either kick your heart and your mind will beat the pain and the lactic acid, and you'll like just sprint and you'll see those, or it does happen. Everything hits you and it's just like this at the end. So I was proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
I was very proud of myself.
And I think you learned a valuable lesson.
What?
Right on the other side of pain and struggle is glory. Right on the other side. If weightlifting and football and all these other athletics that I did all my life has taught me anything, it's that success, growth, and all that is on the opposite side of struggle and pain and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
All the stuff you don't want to go through, all the stuff that you don't really want to do. That's when you start making improvements.
Right.
Your body doesn't know how to adapt until it's met with something that it can't handle. Then at that point, it's like, oh, I need to adjust.
Right.
That's when you start seeing muscle growth. That's when you start seeing like
the
improved
booty.
stamina. That's when you start seeing the booty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your body is now caught up to the struggle.
Right.
Same thing with the mind, though. Same thing with growth mentally in your work field and all that. You can be comfortable your whole life, but you're going to be in the same spot. You can be real comfortable.
Right. So they rolled out the red carpet for me. All I'm going to say, best way I can describe it, was like a self-care car wash.
Yeah.
I ain't even never known nothing like that before. Like, you're so freaking creative.
Yep.
You didn't let me use my phone, so I couldn't even show. Cause I know that was just our moment, but it was candles and lights.
I put a bunch of candles in the bathroom. I even got like the
little
lamps,
trees.
the trees.
The jungle trees that we kind of have around our home.
I made it look like a whole little spa, you dig.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was fire.
Really cool.
It was fire.
Yep.
So That's what happens, I guess, when you go in, y'all.
When you go hard. Yeah, man. You got to teach some positive reinforcement, you know? It's definitely like important because your health is important to me.
Yeah.
It's very important.
We talk about that
We talk
a lot.
about that all the time.
Yeah.
Your health is specific. You're my person. So if I'm over here just working hard as hell, trying to keep myself together, it makes me feel good that you see it, you appreciate it, and you match it. Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We match energy.
We do. I mean, I think at this point, we've been together so long, we literally operate at the same frequency. Like you were kind of saying, if there was a point in time where I didn't really feel like going to the gym, it kind of like held you back a little bit because it's like, oh, she ain't doing nothing. Or if there's a time where I was grinding on my YouTube channel, it's like, oh, okay, I should be doing something productive too for my own stuff. Like we what is the word? Feed off of each other.
Yeah. It's a yin and yang, man.
Yeah. So that was how pretty much my higher self week or working towards higher self week went. Maybe I'll have a better update next week. I would like to have a better update next week of reading. I didn't get to take my bath. I told myself I was going to do my bath. Didn't find the time for it. That type of stuff. So we're going to get better. But this week was better than last week. As long as I keep improving each week, I'm happy.
Yeah. It's all that 1%, man. If anything, you should look back and be like, okay, 7%. I got 7% better last week. 'Cause every day's one.
So how was your higher self week?
Boy, it was crazy.
Yeah, yours was nuts.
It was nuts. So I treated myself like I was back in football. Like, literally
You're
back
right.
in football. I was like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. I got up 5 a.m. club. So I did 5 a.m. club. I went to the gym, and I wasn't BSing in the gym.
No.
You saw me. I left the gym sweating hard, going hard, like pretty much every day up until Thursday. I'll get back to that. But so I'm getting up, working out, getting up here, showering cold. That's something I'm not used to. I like luxurious showers. I like hot showers. Okay, but the cold shower wakes you the hell up.
Yeah.
Restarts your nervous system. There's a lot of benefits to cold showers. I said that before. But cold shower, go downstairs.
By like 8 a.m., I think you were heading to.
Yep. By 8 a.m., I went to an office downstairs. They have like these little cubbies and stuff, which brings up a great point. I feel way more productive when I'm in a setting for productivity. Usually because in that moment, I will go down there and trade. I trade, probably edit a video or something, read, do all that stuff that I need to do that felt like work. It felt more productive in those spaces because they felt like work spaces.
And you left home.
I left home. It wasn't comfortable. Okay, there's a slight discomfort in not being in an area. But like if I was here, I'd be on that couch.
Kind of BSing. Nobody's going to be looking at you of like, dang.
Really,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like in there, they're glass. So other people looking at you. Like they going to see you if you're BSing in
like
there.
Accountability.
Yeah, it's almost like a little bit of like public accountability. So I'm down there and I'm trading. I'm looking at the charts. I'm focused. My phone's off to the side. I was doing well. You saw the numbers. I was doing the best trades. And I know people probably think like I'm doing it with real money this whole time. This is practice. I can live at my age and say these are practice. I'm using a practice account, practice money, but I'm using an amount of money that I could put in today.
But you have a goal.
I have a goal.
To prove to yourself.
Yes, I have a goal. So once I get to that goal, I'm putting actual money in, and then I'm doing it with the same formula. Because like once I make it to that goal, it's like, well, you doubled your fake money, so now double real money.
Right.
And I recommend that technique for everybody getting into trading.
Never go in just trading real money.
Never, ever go into trading with real money to start out. You're going to lose. You're going to lose bad, and it's going to hurt you. It's going to make you want to feel like I should never do trading ever again in my life. Because I will say, I'll live at my edge and say the first time I put the money in there.
The fake or real?
The fake. First time I put the fake money in there, I lost like $3,000. I was like, I suck at this. And if it was real money, I'd have been real pissed. Real pissed.
I would have been real pissed.
Yeah, we would have been real pissed. Or coming upstairs saying like, yeah, I just lost $3,000. No, you don't want to do that. So you want to, crawl before you walk. I learned that from the past. But I'm getting better every day. I'm getting
100%.
better. And you see the numbers. I'm getting better. So once I reach that goal, boom, 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 we off to the races. Now, in terms of investing, I know I talk about investing a lot. I do invest real money. It's just not in the trading.
The trading, yeah.
The trading realm of things. It's more so in the like,
Stock
I like
market.
this stock. I like this crypto.
Yeah.
I like these companies. I'll invest in them.
With real money.
Yes. But I want to turn trading into like a active job. You know, it's like how I guess YouTube is now the main hustle and trading is the side hustle. You know how you take side hustles, turn them into main hustles? Okay. Yeah. So my week was very productive. It felt like I was knocking my days out before dang near 11.
Because you'd finish trading by like 10, come back here, we'd film a video.
Yep.
And then pretty much be done by noon.
Yep.
With our day, like in terms of what we for sure were saying we need to get done. Yeah.
And then the rest of the day was like up in the air for like future business plans, all the stuff that we said we never had time for.
Yeah.
Now we have time for it.
Right.
So like you can really be hella productive if you get up early and just get to it. Stop thinking about it. Just get up and get to it. And I'm not going to say 5 a.m.s were easy. You saw me. I'm sitting on the side of the bed. I'm sitting on the side of the bed contemplating life.
Because I'm still asleep there, y'all. I'm still enjoying the slumber low
Yes,
key.
and it sucks. It sucks to look and see someone else like happily sleep. And you're up and you're just like, oh, it starts now. Didn't want to get out of bed. Had to go in the sink, talk myself in the mirror, throw cold water in my face. Like, you're up. Just stay up. Just stay up. Just do it. And, you know, I'm proud of myself.
What do you rank your week?
Okay, so this is why I said
The Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah.
So this is a good lesson in work-life balance. This is a great lesson. I wanted a millionaire mentality, mindset, whatever, and my body was completely unready for this. I feel like I needed to ease into it, and instead,
Guns a-blazing.
Guns a-blazing. It's like the 400, except I never trained for it a day in my life.
Exactly. You sprinted the whole way.
Sprinted the whole way. Got out the gate. I didn't pace myself. I just said, sprint, 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 sprint. Get as fast as you can. Come Thursday, y'all, I was done.
Yeah.
I was pretty much done. I was like, you saw me. I was weak.
Yeah, he was
I was
really
like, yo, I have nothing in the tank. Like, and she was like, yo, you really do, like, for your health, you need to sleep in.
Slow down. Yeah. Well, I told you, I was like, you're not going to the gym tomorrow. You're not. What else did I say? I said, you're drinking only water.
Yeah.
And there was something else I said.
Because my body had literally, like, almost shut down on me. It was literally like screaming at me. Everything was sore. Like my head was hurting. I was like, I thought I was sick, but then I was like, nah, because once I started eating and drinking water and like just resting, everything went back to normal.
Because you weren't getting enough rest either. It wasn't like we were going to sleep at like 9 or 10 where he's getting a full night's sleep. It's like we're going to sleep around like 11 or almost midnight, and then you're waking up a couple hours later.
Lack of sleep, and then get up. And again, when I got up, it wasn't like a get up and ease into it. I got up and went to the gym and kicked my ass.
Your ass, yeah, yeah. Josh goes hard in the gym.
I go super hard in the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I was telling him, I was like, babe, I know we're still young, but we ain't college Josh and Isi. We're not 19, 20-year-olds being able to just like keep up with, because in college we could stay up till almost 2 a.m. with our friends and then get up and do track or football practice the next day. Like it was nothing, but it's not that anymore.
It just ain't that.
Our I was going to say our diet, I guess you could say.
Our
it's
diet
pretty
didn't
trash.
help.
That's something else that we need to do better at this week. He wants to start meal prepping. I think that would help us a lot because with our schedules and stuff, even with that, you weren't really eating breakfast that much, right?
Actually, no. With the 5 a.m., that first 3 days, I actually was, which was different for me.
Okay.
I was eating like oatmeal, granola, had my tea.
I was not eating.
Walnuts. Like my breakfast was actually clutch. It was just when we got past that, it was like, what was lunchtime? Nothing.
Yeah.
What was dinner time? Minimal.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was just like, Thursday was just a result of like the minor details not being addressed. Your nutrition, your sleep, and like all those other things, it caught up to me.
Yeah.
So now I'm more prepared going into next week as to like, okay, well, if I'm going to do this 5 a.m., 10 o'clock is when I'm going to sleep.
Right.
And I have to eat properly, which is where the meal prep comes in.
Right.
So it's more so like preparation meets opportunity. I wasn't necessarily prepared. Mentally, I was prepared. I was totally prepared mentally, but everything else I wasn't up to date on.
Yeah.
And you got to have that full package of preparation when you're trying to go to the
higher
top,
heights.
to higher heights.
Higher self.
Higher self requires preparation. Millionaires require preparation. And that's another thing that I'm starting to get into the rhythm of is actually preparing. Another thing that I did in my 5 a.m.s, I have this thing called a Primodora. It's like, what are your top 5 things you need to get done for today? And a part of the Primodora is like you do 25-minute intervals with 5-minute rest.
Okay.
25 minutes on, no disturbing. You are in it, focused. 5 minutes, get up, walk around, chill, look at your phone for 5 minutes, and then go right back into work. And then you just keep doing those on and off until you complete the task.
That helped you?
It helps.
Because you've talked about this on our channel a couple of times, your functional anxiety, I think you call it.
Yes, functional anxiety, man.
Yeah.
It really, like, I never addressed it until I started coming into situations where it's like, why do I feel this weird gut feeling of overwhelmness, claustrophobia, and all these things whenever I hear like a bunch of things that I want to do, but it's just so much.
Where to start and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I get like froze. I'm like,
the Primodoras, the sticky notes for our walk, like that type of stuff.
Yes.
Have you felt yourself?
Oh man,
breathing easier?
Yes,
Good.
yes. Organization was the clutchest thing I never knew I needed. It was literally one of the clutchest things.
And I was going to say, we always talk about how we realize like our strengths and weaknesses in this relationship, and how usually my strengths is your weakness and your strengths are mine. I feel like what we're going through right now in life, just in general for both of us, is like the perfect example. Because with me, when it comes to like remodeling my room and like trusting my instincts and flowing with my creativity, that was something you helped me with. That was like a weakness of mine, like trusting my path or whatever. And then with you and like the organization, that was something you were trash at, but that's something I'm great at that I kind of got you on the right track with. So I always just find it so important to make sure you find a partner that is teaching you as well as helping you in those shortcomings, so to speak. That's what makes a good team.
Yeah.
You want to, like, ultimately, that's what I always tell Josh, like, he's the best teammate, especially with me being an athlete pretty much all my life up until post-college. Like, you're the best teammate I've ever had.
Yeah. And
It's
I
a
will
team.
say, like, if I had one word to describe what this week was for me, I would call it eustress.
Eustress.
Funny stuff. I learned this week too. 2 different kinds of stress. You got distress, eustress. Distress is when you are being detrimental to your mentality and you're like way out of your comfort zone to the point where it's like pulling you back. Eustress is slightly outside of your comfort zone, feels uncomfortable, but it's like that gentle push of like getting you out of that comfort zone.
Okay.
I feel like I experienced more eustress than de-stress this week.
Okay.
Because I got better.
Yeah.
It's not like I pushed myself completely to the ends of like, oh, I got worse this week. I learned a lot. I did a lot. And I'm ready for the next week. So I feel like, eustress is good for me. And distress happened when I was trying to push myself with no plan. Had no plan, and I was just stressing myself out in every which direction. And then I'd look back on the week and be like, did I really do anything? No.
Right.
I just stressed myself out in 1,000 different directions.
To the point where it's crippling.
Yeah.
Like you don't get anything done.
And then I felt even less motivated to do more. I was like, well, I was just doing so much and it felt like I stayed in the same place. Whereas with organization, it's like, all right, well, here's what you wanted to do this week. You knocked them all out. You feel good about yourself. You can go into the next week with new plans and new goals.
Yeah.
Yes, it was outside of your comfort zone, but it was a good outside your comfort zone.
Right.
It wasn't like just arbitrarily doing stuff in circles. So I feel like eustress was my word of the week.
Okay. So did you rank your week?
My week, I would give myself like, I want to say like a hard 8, soft 9.
Okay.
Hard 8, soft 9. I wanted to finish out strong, and I didn't.
Pushed your body too hard, man.
I pushed it way too hard.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, it was those workouts because I was in the gym for an hour and a half straight, sweating.
Without the correct nutrition coming after it. Yeah.
I was just really kicking myself. But yeah, I think it was a very productive week. Learned a lot, grew a lot.
You weren't scrolling too much either.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the less I want to be scrolling. Because listen here, you can either live your life or you can watch somebody else
Live their life.
live their life that you won't.
Right. Yeah, that's dead.
That's
That's dead.
dead.
Yeah.
It's dead to me. But yeah, I feel like that's a part of self-discovery too, though. I've been on this self-discovery journey, sort of like you, just in a different light. Your self-discovery is with your creativity. My self-discovery is with like condensing my creativity and organizing it. I would say like organizing my creativity and being concise about what I want to do
Yeah.
with my brand channel.
Did you tell them, by the way, about that list you recently made? Or I don't even know if you want to touch on that. About your higher self?
I haven't said
Oh, my bad.
what that higher self is. I told them that I made the list.
Okay.
I could go get it.
It's up to you. Like, if you can keep that personal. I think it's just a cool idea, though.
I could
to share.
I could get it. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yo, I almost lost my life right there. Okay. I'm back. My hair look crazy. Every time I take these headphones off, my hair look crazy.
You good, you hands.
Okay. I'll give you guys a couple of points.
You gotta tell them what it is.
So basically, I made a list. I said if I was going to be my ideal self or my higher self, what would these attributes look like? Or like what would be some characteristics? Just start listing off adjectives, whatever. Yeah. Right? So in no particular order, obviously. These were just me throwing ideas out. But
I need to make this list, actually. You actually pulled a me on this. I would typically do something like that.
Good shot. You're enough on me.
Okay.
Couple of them. I said strong. Obviously, I'm a big fitness guy. I like to be strong, but not only physically, mentally strong, mentally tough, emotionally tough. Discipline. That was something that I was really working on this week. Just being disciplined in just my everyday actions. Yeah. How you treat everything is how you treat anything. So being disciplined in everything means that I'll be disciplined in anything. Emotionally sound, just trying to work on like being able to recognize emotions, not let them control me, control them. Like understanding like why I feel this way, diving deep, finding new things and like coming out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also said a lion and a lamb. I kind of told you about that. It's kind of like the analogy I use for the gardener in the warrior in the garden kind of thing. Just being able to have like strong skills, but still being able to have soft skills. Because soft skills are definitely important, especially in the day and age that we're in. You got to be pretty emotionally sound to be able to communicate with people without necessarily offending them. Otherwise, your message gets lost in the sauce. Fair.
You're going to read all of them. You said that you're only going to read a few.
Yeah.
You reading all of them?
No, I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to
My
read all
bad.
You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
Fair, patient, wise, ambitious, self-assured, like a lot of these things. But yeah, so I actually continue to add to this list.
I've noticed it keeps growing, yeah.
Anytime I come across something, I'm like, okay, I like that. I would want that for me. I put it on the list.
There was, can I see that list one more time? There was something on there. Takes initiative. Oh, well, the not afraid to speak my mind one.
Not afraid to speak my mind. Yeah.
Because I've definitely noticed that shift in you lately.
Man.
Yeah.
I've been speaking my mind. It's like even sometimes with us, like sometimes it's kind of like caught you off guard, like since when?
I don't be look. I probably do look like that sometimes.
You definitely.
But I respect it though.
Yeah.
That's a part of you stepping into your manhood in that light.
Because I was, for a long time, I used to think life is easier when I just let shit slide.
You were super non-confrontational, didn't want to shake the table.
Yeah, because
even when people did you wrong.
My philosophy behind it was like, I really don't have the time or energy for it. But I didn't realize that in doing so, a part of me was dying. That the warrior in me was dying. I was becoming a full-on gardener.
Yeah. Even like it's small stuff too recently that I've noticed that old Josh would have never did. Like when we recently went to Starbucks, they got my order wrong. And before I could even walk over there, you were like, I got it. I'll tell him.
Nope.
Josh back then would have been like, nah, let's go. Like he would have, basically you would have told me to suck it up.
I'd have been like, it's all good. I mean, it's just a little whatever. Like,
literally.
They working hard. Just like, let's just let it go.
That was the old Josh. Now
that
he's
was the
like,
old Josh.
nah.
But then after that, like, even at Starbucks, I was like, hey, my guy.
He didn't snap. He didn't snap though. But
I did. I was like, yo, this is wrong.
This is not right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even that type of stuff I found very attractive and sexy. And that's why I always say it's so dope, like that we're growing together into adulthood because we're changing.
Yeah.
We're just not the same people. Because what?
We were watching that video. We were doing a throwback night.
Yeah, I was gonna
we were doing
say
a
it.
throwback
Last
night,
night.
and we were watching her 22nd birthday
Vlog. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel.
Immaculate vibes, right?
Oh
Immaculate
my
vibes.
gosh.
When we get to the hotel, they put us in the wrong room.
Right.
And
You got the presidential suite
yes,
and
I got
paid
the
presidential price.
suite, paid the presidential price, and
Right.
then they put us in this like weird room. And then I heard her say, she was like, "Is this the right room?" And I was like, "I think so, yeah." And I didn't put up a fuss. But
Yeah.
then I started to realize, I was like, this Josh is not the same Josh as
today.
what I would do. Because I would have
No.
walked in that room
ain't
today.
it.
I'm like, this ain't it.
Right.
This ain't it at all.
Right.
We need to go back downstairs. I need to talk to whoever I need to talk to. This
Yeah.
ain't it.
And eventually you did go back downstairs, but I feel like I kept pushing you like, babe, this is not the pictures that you showed me.
Yeah.
Like, cause it was,
Yeah.
it was for my birthday. And I was like, this is not, cause it was like a corner,
Man.
like immaculate vibes.
Yeah.
Compared to the room they put us in.
And
So
then when we
back
finally
then,
went down
yeah,
there
it
and I
took
talked to them, yeah, they took us up to the right room. But like, yeah, just looking back,
Those type
I've
of
grown.
things.
I've
So
grown
much.
so
You
much.
have.
And like, it was one of those things where like I didn't even realize it. You don't know what you don't know. I didn't know that I was being a gardener. I didn't know I was. I didn't know until finally I started like seeing other examples of what manhood and like speaking up for yourself and assertiveness and warrior like content, you know, looks like. And then finally I started doing like some reflection and comparison, like, yo, I do need to speak the hell up. Like, I have just as much right to getting what I deserve as anybody else.
Exactly.
And I got to speak my mind, even when it comes to like stuff that we do. Like, there would be times where like, I think I would choose not to say anything for the
keep
sake
the
of
peace,
peace.
yep.
Keep the peace.
Yep.
But then a part of me dies. I can't. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to me.
100%. You sound just like me.
You know, but like that self-discovery journey is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It really is crazy when you start like
Asking yourself who you want to be in this
Who I
world
wanna be,
as an
yeah.
adult. Just
in this world, if you let it, will eat you up.
100%.
Eat you
100%.
up.
That's why I feel like why I'm kind of on the same path. Just like, who do I want to be? What type of morals and values do I have that I'm not going to waver on? It don't matter who I'm talking to about it. Like, just stuff like that. Even the telling me what to do thing, no more. Like, just making that a solidified stance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really carving out right now.
And I've made a lot of progress, even in like how I communicate with my fellow brothers and men. Like you've seen like some of the conversations I've had with friends where like I'm like, this isn't me holding back any punches anymore. This is me just like,
That took a while for you to get to.
I just start asking like, you know, like questions that sometimes you feel like, oh, these are kind of like tough questions to ask, or like you feel like maybe I should ease into that. Now I'm like, let's just be a man about it and talk.
I feel like I rubbed off on you with that. Because
Yeah.
I'm someone like, I will send my friends or whoever I'm talking to, if we're having a conversation that might even be uncomfortable, I'm going to send a paragraph. I'm expressing myself, explaining things. Like years ago, I had a situation with a friend, and we talk about Miami moments a lot. I think in the past, like college, Josh and Nisi, we used to call them honesty moments. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So it's crazy because we always kind of did this, but now we just call it Miami. But I had asked this friend, they did something that rubbed me wrong. Went MIA for a while, and I was like, can we have an honesty moment? I like explained what it meant and stuff like that. And the person basically told me no. And that rubbed me wrong. So I dipped off and became MIA. They tried to come back, and when they came back, I guess they were basically ready to talk, and I kind of just let them have it, not in a disrespectful way, but just like, these are the things, because at the end of the day, what I've learned, and even had a recent conversation this week with my best friend, we went on a walk. Everybody has different love languages, and not even just in a romantic sense, just in a friendship thing. Like, and I asked my best friend when we went on the walk, I was like, what is your love language, by the way, just from a friend sense? And she said quality time. I didn't know that though. But with that knowledge, just knowing that knowledge, okay, so I need to make an effort more to hang out with you type thing. Whereas like if my, and I don't even know really what my friend, well, I kind of know what my friendship, love languages, but let's say it's affirmations. That's meaning I like my friends to hype me up. If I take a new picture and I send it a group text, hype me. You know what I mean? But you need, I think those type of things are important to know about your friends, not even just your romantic partner that you're spending hella time with. You need to know what your friends are wanting, because for a long time, in particular with my friendships, I feel like I expected them, and even our relationship, especially before we figured out each other's love languages, I was loving on you the way I wanted to be loved on.
I was loving on you the way I want to be loved on.
Right. And the same with friendships. I'm loving on them, checking in, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. And that might not be what they need, but that's what I want. That's what my love language is. So it's very important to figure that type of stuff out.
Very.
Yeah.
And like those difficult conversations become a little less difficult every time you have them. Mm-hmm. And like, I will say, the first time I spoke up for myself, weird.
Uncomfortable pressing that send button.
Weird, man. Weird. But then after a while, I'm like, this is how it should be. This is how it should be.
With somebody that you claim to be a friend, like a solid person, I feel like there should really be nothing off limits in that sense with a close friend. Like, you guys can talk about everything else under the sun when things are great and dope and stuff, but when you have a disagreement, it's like, let's just sweep this under the rug, or let's just distance ourselves for a while and maybe that'll handle things. For me, excuse my language, I say fuck that, because you don't progress at all in the relationship or individually by continuing to push things to the wayside and think that let time handle it and stuff. Because to me, at the end of the day too, somebody's always going to have some type of resentment built up that you never said. And that's when there usually is this like over the top blow up of like, well, you've been doing this for years. And you're like, I didn't even know you felt that way. Yeah. Because you didn't squash it when it was small. Yeah. You know, so.
And I will say, like, life is going to be hard. Life is going to be hard, but it can either be hard and you're pushing yourself to success, or it can just be hard and you're not successful, and that's what makes it hard.
What do you mean by pushing yourself to success or not
successful? So, like,
successful?
you can either struggle broke. Let's just take it in this way, because I just think it's the easiest way to put it. You can either struggle while being broke, or you can struggle to be rich, and then it's like on the other side of that struggle.
But you're not just talking financially.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, like, you can either struggle by, for my example, right? I was a gardener living at my edge. I was a gardener for a very long time, right? Life was hard that way because I was constantly eating shit. Yeah. Eating it. And then, like, you see, I would have like those little like random blow ups.
To punch walls and stuff?
Yes. Like random blow ups of like just taking all that emotion and just letting it out at one point. Or like football is really good for me because that's where I could let most of my aggression out. Right.
When football stopped.
When it stopped.
Yeah.
Now it's even harder because now I'm just taking all this stuff and I have no outlet. Whereas, yes, it's hard to have that difficult conversation, but I come out feeling way better.
Right. Because
you
got it off your chest.
I feel way better.
Yeah.
That one little point of hard was like, okay, yeah, that was difficult, but now I'm way better than I was before. Whereas the other times it was difficult and now I'm even worse. So now it's even harder, you know?
Because you weren't saying nothing.
Because I'm not saying anything.
And I think you're just learning to be more fair to Josh.
Yeah.
And I think that's dope because I've seen you for years not be.
Yeah, I think I was just for a long time, I was very other people minded. I was very conscious of like how others felt. I'm very conscious of your feelings. Don't want to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was always looking out for the other person. I felt like, you know, that was the holy thing to do, which was kind of crazy. My spirituality played into like, I thought, you know, servitude. I'm serving others. I'm always like looking out for others. But at the same time, Bible even said there's a time for everything. Time to kill, time to steal, time to, you know, time to, I mean, granted, saying, you know, but you get what I'm saying. There's a time for everything. There's a time and place for everything. Yeah. Yes, I can be merciful, but at some point I might have to go to war for my own sake, for my own person.
You got to be fair to you.
Yeah. And my confidence is like, it's really grown.
It's turning up. Yeah, I can tell.
It's really grown.
Yeah.
And, you know, I never realized how subconscious it was to like, when I'm walking, look somebody in the eyes. And you ever look somebody in the eyes and just look away, like real fast? Bang, bang. It used to happen to me a lot. I used to look people in the eyes and then like not want that awkward like 2 seconds of like, we just looked each other in the eyes. What's going on? Come to find out, I think that was a confidence thing. Because now when I'm walking around, if someone's looking me in my eyes, I'm looking right back. You got something to say? Right. You gonna say hello? Do you have something to say? Right. Like, what's up? But I started doing research on it. Come to find out, that actually is like subconscious psychology. If you look somebody in their eyes,
I heard about this.
If you immediately look down, you think you're beneath
inferior,
them. You feel inferior.
Yeah.
If you look up, you feel above them. If you look to the left or right, you just it's whatever.
You know, people know when you walking past each other. When this like little fake texting, looking at my phone or whatever. Come on.
Yeah. And so now I've made it a point to like, if I'm looking at somebody, I'm probably going to look until you look away. Because I'm not finna be the one. It's just a part of, it's like a confidence exercise. Go around the city, you look somebody in the eyes, and if they look away, you won.
It's a game.
It's a game. It's turned into a game with me. Like if I look away, I lost, and I don't like it. But I feel way more confident now. Even like when I go up and like talk to people, I don't know. It's like every little step makes me feel that much more like the man.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's like an energy shift in you too. I feel like your energy is kind of like allowing me to like, you know, shake it out a little bit.
And I told you, and I don't know if we ever touched on this on our channel, but just about how it was like a couple months ago, we were having a Sunday reflection, and I was telling you, like, I don't completely know how to be a wife in the sense where my dad passed when I was so young. I never really got to consciously watch that dynamic of what it's like to let a man be a man. All I really know is how to be an independent Black woman based off my mom being that and instilling that in me, right? So I brought up that conversation to him a couple months ago because I wanted to know what ways I can do better at allowing you to be a man and what that looks like for you and what you would kind of be expecting from me as a wife, because I know this isn't going to be a perfect marriage, but I want to kill it. I think we already are on that. You know what I mean?
I definitely want to rock out on it. Yeah.
It was just interesting to note that and be aware of the fact that I don't know how to be a wife. I haven't really seen many successful marriages.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that whole thing?
What?
One of the reasons why I appreciate you so much is because you're a strong, independent Black woman. I don't want you to lower yourself at all.
Oh, baby, trust me, I don't. But I just want to be able to, like, I want you, because you're going to be the head of our household when we have kids and stuff like that. So that's why I brought up the conversation too. Kids aren't in the picture no time soon.
Nah.
But it's important to kind of establish what that looks like now.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it wasn't a matter of you coming down to my level. It was a matter of me raising my game to be the energy. Like, I had to raise my energy to basically take the spot.
Right.
It's like, take the spot.
To lead.
Yeah. Because I feel like for a long time it was like, you know what I'm saying? But
and we're still equally yoked in that. But yes, it is a difference.
Yeah.
It is a difference. And like I said, when the kids enter the group chat, I don't want there to be confusion because there's some households where you see the woman completely running everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the best for kids to always see. Right?
Yeah,
like it's an important balance that needs to be had. And I remember, I think with that this conversation that we had with the Sunday reflection, me kind of asking you about that and letting you know what I've kind of been realizing with not knowing exactly what the marriage is supposed to look like, because I didn't really have that big of a blueprint or something I can remember. I remember also telling you kind of as a man or as a future husband what I was expecting from you. And I think that was an important conversation to have, just like the whole being a man of your word. And by that, and a good example would be like, if you tell me you're going to take out the trash, do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to like come behind and blah, blah, blah. So just that type of stuff has just been interesting learning.
And you know what's crazy? I don't think I've ever set an expectation list with you.
And that's why that's why I asked you that one day. Like, what are you expecting from me as
a future wife? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a good question. It's a good question to ask, especially because we have a different, I think we just have a different dynamic than a lot of other people. Because like, for the most part, it's usually like, you know, one person's like far out in front of the other person in terms of like leadership energy or whatever. And like,
you think so?
Like main leader, main follower kind of thing.
You think so? In a lot of relationships?
I've seen a lot of dynamics like that where it's like either the woman's like completely got them pants on zipped up, buckled, or the man's got them pants on zipped, buckled, whatever. Whereas like I want us to navigate in a sense where it's like we're both serving each other. No one's like really above anything. Like, we're a partnership. We're like
a team.
We're a team.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be overconfident in my own leadership abilities to just discount you because you've helped me with so much. And I don't want you to ever get to the point where you feel like you running stuff and then you don't have respect for me as the man and being a leader. So like,
it's a balance. It's a harmony.
It's a real balancing act trying to get this whole thing to level out.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to take that journey. Obviously, I think you're willing to take that too. Hence the rings on the fingers. But we're day by day figuring it out. And I like the route that we're on.
Same.
For sure. Self-discovery is a long road.
It is something.
Long road.
It is something. But like we keep reiterating in each dang near quality conversation or damn near video that we have how important communication is.
Yeah.
Just this, like having these type of conversations with your partner, how we even touched on the last quality conversation, why we feel like our relationship is so successful and healthy is because these type of conversations allows us to keep growing with each other. Imagine going through these journeys individually, not updating each other like, living at my edge, I'm going through this right now. You had no knowledge of these. You know what I mean? Like
it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy for me to be like that same Gardner Josh and then out the blue come and hit you between the eyes with all this energy.
I'm
You'd be like,
whoa.
whoa.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? But we've had talks and I've told you that like I
want to work on this. I'm going to start doing this.
Start speaking up. I might start speaking my mind and it might sound crazy at first, but like.
But none of it has sound crazy, I don't feel like.
None of it sound like too crazy, but at the same time, it has been different. I've said no a couple more times than what you've expected, and you're like, ooh, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of is what it is.
Right. There was one, I can't even remember exactly what happened, but I do remember being caught off guard when you said no. It's like, no. Because I was just so confident you were going to say yes, and when you said no, and I was going to go about what I was going to do, and when you said no, I'm like.
Did you say no? I was like, yeah, I'm working.
Right. So, and I had to respect that.
Yeah.
And I do.
It's crazy. It's kind of crazy how that works. But when you start, I know that if someone is going through this, because I know there's a lot of people that are probably like me that like have trouble speaking up for themselves or just like always like, other people minded, whatever. Practice saying no in small things. It starts a chain reaction. You really start gaining your confidence back. Just like, and honestly, you could add, like if you have a good friend or like someone like I have, obviously my fiance. So like sometimes she'll ask me for small stuff. And even if I'm joking, just getting the no out helps. Like, no. I'll be serious for like 5 seconds and be like, all right, cool. I got you. But like it helped for a long while. I used to just be like, okay, whatever. Cool. Even if I'm in the middle of something, I would disrespect myself and like get up and do it.
It is a disrespect to yourself. And the reason I can also respect it is because I feel like I've been the main one in your ear for years now telling you to speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself and blah, 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 blah. So even if that means sometimes to me, okay, so be it.
I was like, no,
so be it. Because that's you forming into the leader of our household.
Yeah.
So.
Gotta be assertive in your decisions, and you got to be decisive too. Indecision is not good leading at all.
What decision?
Indecision.
Indecision?
You're indecisive. Teeter-tottering between like, should I not, should I? Trust your gut. Make the decision. Live with the decision. If you mess up, so be it.
Yeah.
Take it like a man.
Yeah.
I made a choice though. Like if I say, if you're like, what do you want to eat? I say a restaurant. We go, we don't like it. I'm going to live with that decision, but I made the decision.
Yeah.
It's not like what do you want?
You used to hate, oh my God.
We're just sitting here with indecisive whatever for 30, 40 minutes until the point where we're like, all right, we're just not going to do anything because we wasted so much time. It's make the decision.
You have gotten better with that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you ask me, I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to make a decision. We're going to roll with it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right.
I've noticed.
We'll learn.
I've noticed. And again, I think with this stance that you're starting to take, it is attractive. What do you always say? You wouldn't respect me if. What is this thing you keep saying lately?
I have this philosophy, and it's actually pretty solid. You guys can tell me in the comment section. It's a pretty solid philosophy in my eyes. I don't think we have a strong female follower base, so they might be on my ass.
Or women. He doesn't mean female in that way.
Gosh,
we know people are sensitive about that. He doesn't mean, he means women.
Women.
Yes.
Sorry, women. Strong women following, right? But I always tell her, it's a joke, but like there's some seriousness to it. I said, if I give you any and everything that you want, never say no to you, give you everything you want, you lose respect for me.
He swears by this.
Like you'll lose respect for me. You won't even respect me. You like before you know it, you won't even realize that you've just lost all respect for me and you're just walking all over me and it's just expected. And then when I finally start doing stuff like saying no, then you're like confused. Like, what?
Right.
Who is this guy? Like, but so sometimes I just be like difficult for no reason. I be difficult. And it's not in like some like I'm being counterproductive to her work. It's like in small stuff. I'll just be difficult. She'd be like, can you like grab the remote? Nah. Like, well, I mean, we're sitting right next to each other. Why can't you get it? We're sitting right next to each other. You can get it just as well as I can get it.
I know.
Yeah. So little stuff, but
so
like,
we're growing, y'all.
We're growing.
We're figuring things out.
We really are.
Coexisting together.
Yeah. And part of growing.
What?
Part of growing is being able to ask yourself the right questions.
1000%.
I think something that we've run into, especially with like management, branding, rebranding, growth, trying to figure out where we're going in a direction. We got asked the right questions, and it put us in the position to make way better decisions moving forward. Especially when you talk to the right people. So like your manager's been in the industry
for, I think, a decade.
Over a decade.
She knows her shit, basically.
Knows her shit.
Yeah.
She started asking the right questions that piqued our interest of like, oh, snap. You're right. Like, this is the
Even
question.
if I didn't know the answer
Even if
to
we
it
didn't
at
know
the
the
time,
answer,
it was like,
we just knew
okay.
that was the right question to ask.
Yeah.
Because everything in this world is now figure outable. Okay? You have Google, YouTube, the internet, the ever expansive internet with social media, and there's experts and wizards all over the place.
Right.
Everything is figure outable. I didn't pay for any courses to learn how to trade. Figured it all out on Google.
Or start a Shopify store. Yeah.
Learned all that on YouTube.
Yeah.
You learned YouTube on YouTube.
I did. Right. Literally.
So all this stuff, it's not like we were like going to some secret spot in the world that no one else knows about, and then we got all the secret sauces. Like, we just figured it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is, by the way, I hate when people ask me how to start a YouTube channel. For the record. Go ahead. Keep going.
Everything is figure outable.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes it'd be the craziest thing in the world, and I know it comes off as me being an asshole sometimes, but I'm like, Google it.
Literally.
Google it.
Yeah.
If you have a question, Google it.
Do you know the like when I talked to my mom about how her college experience was, they didn't have internet. She had to go to the library to write essays.
Exactly.
Like,
you have ever expansive knowledge at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You're literally watching us on that knowledge right now. So if you have a question, you can figure it out. Now, that's why I said knowing the right questions
to ask
yourself is probably more of a gift than anything.
Right.
Which is why you should probably be living at your edge and questioning yourself a lot.
I was just going to say that. I feel like my growth, what am I trying to say? I feel like I get the most growth from asking myself difficult questions.
Tough questions.
Because the most recent one that I've had that you guys will start to see on my personal brand, Isimeme Edeko, was what current value am I bringing my audience with my content?
Same question I asked myself.
Because I think somewhere along the way, I've been in this for half a decade. And the EC or African beauty that started this journey 5 years ago is no longer the same person anymore. I started my channel when I was like 20, maybe 21. No, I had to be like 21. Now and that's early 20s. I just touched 20. Now I'm in my late 20s, completely different person. So with that, my content and stuff is changing and shifting, and I feel like aesthetically and quality wise, like the camera or my Instagram pictures, that's turned up. That's definitely Isimeme 2.0
for sure.
But when I think of like internally, mentally, emotionally, how is my content adding value to my audience's lives? That's something I had to recently ask myself, because in the past it was kind of like natural hair. Okay, she was doing natural hair and girl talk videos, and that's when I was I had a direction back then, so that's when I was pumping out videos quick. Videos have been slower. Instagram posts have been slower because I haven't had a direction. I've just been like kind of like, oh, this girl, she can dress, or she's a pretty black girl, but I want to be more than that. I know I have so much more to offer. Yeah. So that was a difficult conversation and question I had to ask myself. What value am I bringing? Yeah. And with being... and I had to be okay with knowing that I don't bring value right now. Yeah. I haven't been bringing value lately. And that's kind of like hard and a little bit embarrassing to say, but that is what is living at your edge, how we keep talking to you guys about, like, that's how you get to your next level. I got so many questions from people, as I've shared recently on my social media platforms, the journey that I'm on, the self-discovery journey and stuff like that. And people have been asking me, like, what are you doing to get to your next self and blah, blah, blah. And this is a big thing. Asking yourself questions.
And
Difficult questions.
And
don't bullshit yourself either.
Do not sugarcoat the answer to
Yeah,
that.
you can't sugarcoat it.
If you sugarcoat the answer to, you're never, ever, ever going to be successful lying to yourself.
Right. Yeah.
You won't.
Yeah.
You just won't make it.
Yeah.
You're going to sugarcoat it. It's like, oh, I'm doing really well. You know you haven't gotten in the gym all week. You talk about you seeing gains.
Right.
No.
No.
You not.
No.
You talk about, what I could have did, what I should have did, what I'm going to do.
Right.
For a long time, that was me. And I look back and I'm so disappointed with that self. I talked about everything that I was gonna do. Just wait till I figure this out. I got this in the works. You gonna see. You can't make money off of wishes. You can't make money off it. You gotta make money off of the actions that you put, the step in front of the step in front of the step.
A word.
I didn't have any job for the first year because I kept talking about all the little business ventures that I was going to do, all this, that, and the third. I had no money to do it.
Right.
I had no knowledge of how to do any of that. And then it was only until I put one foot in front of the other. It was a humble front
Crawl
step.
before you walk.
Humble front step, serving tables, getting cursed out, whatever, turned into a management career. What do you know? Then that turns into me putting my foot down when we got to YouTube Black, said, I'm going to handle all the videos and edit. I'm going to do it. Then I started doing it, got really good at editing, started making music behind the videos, started putting one foot in front of the other. And now look.
You're able to quit your job, full-time entrepreneur.
It's steps
when you focus,
in front of steps.
Yes.
You have to be real with yourself. And for a long time, I wasn't real with myself, even with the YouTube stuff. I wasn't real with myself. Are we doing anything? We were making videos. I was there. Was I really in it? No. That I had to live in my edge.
We couldn't flourish.
Couldn't flourish. I always thought to myself, I was like, yeah, we doing good. We doing decent. We weren't. We weren't. We're not doing good.
It was like pulling up until 2-3 years ago. It was always pulling teeth with you when it came to this channel.
And I don't know if you guys could see that energy in some of the videos. Maybe you could, maybe you couldn't.
We still had fun in the videos that we did off camera, though, like in terms of my perspective of where I knew we could go.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody else knew the direction that we were trying to go other than us. In that sense, it was constantly holding us back. Yeah.
Pulling teeth.
Yeah.
It was only till I started taking hard looks in the mirror, not bullshitting myself and saying like, yo, you not where you want to be. And this is why. You got to really assess it. And like, man, do it when you're in a good headspace. Because that junk be hard.
And I was going to say, I feel like, and I don't know how much time we have left, so if we should even enter this conversation. Let's see here. Okay, we have a little bit of time. We always go a little over an hour. I was going to say the time, there was this phase, especially for you, that you went through that we're kind of talking about, that trifecta thing. Man. And that was something I feel like you had to go through on your own and figure out. Because in terms of the social media thing, you were never fully invested into Josh and Isi until YouTube Black, because you felt like, all right, Isi has her own thing going on. Yeah. Josh and Isi or at that time we were Beauty and Bo, whatever. Even that wasn't. Anyway, we had our own thing, but you didn't have your own individual thing popping off, which you felt like that's the order that it should be.
And for a long time, I was, again, this is an edge moment. I was jealous of Josh and Isi and you because I had nothing. And, you know, as a man, you want to feel productive and useful in a situation. And I was like, I have nothing. So instead of me focusing my attention on Josh and Isi, I was...
Which I did say, I was like, babe, if we focus on Josh and Isi and create a capital for that, you will be able to have your own lane.
Yep.
But this is where the money is now.
But I was stubborn. I wasn't living at my edge. And I kept lying to myself and saying, well, my individual stuff will take off in no time. So we won't even have to worry about Josh and Isi. I won't even have to do all this couple of stuff, whatever. Not living at my edge at all. Because living at my edge, I had no clue what I was doing by myself.
And he did not want my help in the beginning, you guys. Like, you were just so...
Stubborn.
Yeah.
Stubborn, prideful, just a whole bunch of negative, toxic stuff when it came to social media.
But understandably so, though, because look at the kind of like paradigm that men, especially black men, are given.
Oh, I caught hell.
Yeah.
When we were doing the couple stuff back in YouTube, I caught hell every day from the football team, my boys. Oh, you about to go do that cute shit on YouTube again? Oh, that's real cute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It made me feel like, I hate that.
And then we were just having this conversation the other day, and I was like, but look at us now.
Yeah. And
look at where we at now, though. Like, you know? So
yeah. And it's more mature. Like, in those times, I don't think I had as much impact as what we have now.
No,
this is
everything happened for the right, like the way it needed to happen. 100%.
This is a much more matured and polished version of us that I can be hella proud of.
Yeah.
Whereas back then we were just chasing trends, doing all this cute stuff. I let you do my makeup, felt completely demasculated. I was like, no, I don't want this anymore. Like it just the pranks didn't rub me right. Like nothing. It felt forced and faked, and I was just like, I don't care for it. But now I feel like we're changing lives. We're having deep, real conversations about life, love, growth, giving a good representation of Black love on the internet. Like
that's the path.
Yeah, I can look back and be like, yeah, I'm really proud of this.
100%.
I'm really proud of this, man. But it's been a different path, been a different journey. You got to build that bridge as you go, because obviously we didn't start out like this. Certainly didn't start out like this. But here we are now. I have one more point that I was going to talk about.
What you want?
Something that I think has helped in this journey of finding my higher self is planning my laziness instead of planning my productivity. So like, normally you would operate in a lazy demeanor and then be like, oh, I'm going to be productive and like do this, that, and the third. If you switch your mentality and say, I'm always productive, that's a given. I'm going to be productive. I'll plan my lazy. So now with like phone time, I've planned that. It's not me like pulling myself away from my phone. It's me saying, okay, well,
you got 5 minutes.
I got 5 minutes. I can look at my phone.
Right.
Okay. I planned that lazy moment. But if you don't plan a lazy moment, that lazy moment's taking your whole day with it. Woof.
Hours.
Just snatch it. You can call it a wrap. If you go and open up Instagram with no plan in mind, it's a wrap. You lost an hour. Guaranteed.
I told you recently I was embarrassed because for so long, like let's say it's 2:33 right now, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell myself 2:45. I'm scrolling. I'll tell myself 2:45. I'm getting off this phone. It don't matter what I'm looking at, what I'm doing. Get off.
3:30 later.
Bruh. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to
man.
me. And like I think like that competitive nature in me, it, like similar to the run that I went on yesterday. Yep. It pisses me off when I allow that other side of me to win, because I'm like, I'm better than that.
Yeah. I'm better than my lazy man.
Yeah, and that kind of like weak part of my mind, honestly. That's the weaker, lazy, procrastinating. There's like two sides of me.
It's literally mind and body. Your body is going to take the path of least resistance. If your body will literally lay down all day if you don't tell it otherwise.
True.
Your body wants to just chill. That's the flesh talking. That's your flesh talking. Your mind is what wants higher everything, the affirmations, higher self, transcending, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to overcome whatever physical is in your way. Even like with men, sexual transmutation. Can I talk about that for a second?
You don't want to. That's a deep conversation, though. I think that you should say that for the next quality conversation.
Yeah.
But remind us of this, y'all, for the next one, or maybe you'll remember.
Yeah, because that is a gem. But we are pushing up past the hour mark. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to keep you guys here all day. You guys have lives to live just like us, because you're trying to get to that money, get to that bag, get to that higher self too. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's all we got for today. Obviously, we got more quality content coming you guys' way, so make sure those post notifications are turned all the way up. That's all we got. If you don't already know, I am Hydrated Hero. She is Isimeme Edeko. Together, we are Josh and Isi. Now, you can follow one of us. You can follow two of us. You can follow all three of us. You might as well follow all three of us, because we are happy, healthy, and hydrated on all three. But other than that, y'all, until we meet again, peace, love, hair grease, and we out. Hey, subscribe. Hey, new video. Hey.